Blame game. Unlike the previous thinking distortions, that is personalizing, this type of thinking is the total opposite. In this, it's always the fault of the other person, circumstances, or for that matter, the whole world. That something has happened or whatever problem has occurred. As a victim of the situation, the person's energy is spent on casting or apportioning blame rather than seeking a way to rectify or get over that particular problem. If blame can be given over to someone or something else, then there is no need to analyze our own thinking or behavior or see whatever we may have contributed or whether we may be too harsh in our interpretation. We avoid taking any personal responsibility. For example, it's because of him I decided to shout at my best friends. She ruined my entire day by doing this or by doing that. My manager doesn't know how the work should be done. That's why I get bad rating, and etc. While it's certainly true that life presents many difficulties and undeniable pain and sufferings they often cause, to blame others as the reason for one's unhappiness is to cast oneself in the role of the victim. There are illusory advantages to victimhood, as finger pointing provides convenient justification for life's unsatisfactory conditions and shed the work necessary to take complete charge of one's own life and well being. However, habitual blaming over time perpetuates bitterness, resentment, and powerlessness, as the victim suffers from what H.D. Thoreau called quiet depression. Often those who are target of our blame have no idea or could care less about how you feel. You only hurt yourself by being a prisoner of your own bitterness and resentment. Your feeling may be justified, but they will not help you become happy, healthy, and successful. Ultimately, isn't that what you really want? If your life is not perfect, whose is? Make a life well lived for, in spite of the imperfection. I'm not telling letting go of blame in any way whitewashes unfair circumstances, which are very real both locally and globally, or it excuses difficult people or invalidates life's many hardships. But this is not about them. This is about you. You do this for yourself in order to reclaim the freedom and power that is only yours. I completely understand. It may seem easy and convenient to blame others for our unhappiness, but in the long run, we lose out. And indulging in blame cost us the authority to be in charge. We miss the profound potential which can be unleashed once we take total responsibility for our life's experiences and preside productively over the purposeful direction of our lives. Next on the list is magnification or filtering. This is probably one of the things we all do it intentionally or unintentionally. That is making mountains out of the molehills by taking the negative elements of occurrences and magnifying them, whilst filtering all of the positive elements, creating a distorted picture of a particular event. For example, you organize a good conference at hotel and everything goes well except there is a mix-up with the rooms and the MD had to wait for only 15 minutes before he and his wife get into their room. Consequently, your perception of the event is that it didn't run smoothly despite the keynote speech and the dinner being a huge success. In such scenarios, if majority of the people are praising and are happy about your work and the situation, you must force your thoughts to start thinking constructively and say to yourself over and over, on and on, that despite initial hitches, which was normal and could have had happened with anyone, it was because of you the event was so successful. Pat yourself for the things you did the best way, then slapping yourself for a small mistake. Think about it again and do and stop doing it to yourself. Don't blame yourself. Don't filter things. Don't create a hill out of a small mole. Create your own life for your own betterment. Go through this Go through this over and over again and challenge yourself, rebel your thoughts that no, I am not what my thoughts are. I am different and I can build a really successful and happy life for myself only by changing my thoughts, which are completely in my hand. Yes, your happiness is in your hand. Your happiness is what you think. So think positive, be happy. You deserve it. You're worth it.